So of course the first thing is to locate the position of the pool table with the client and using the leg adjusters under each leg to level the pool table in position in both directions, and with the enclosed bolts, bolt the frame to the legs. So once you've determined the position of the table, of course breaking away from any windows, so the stick holder position would be away from the window, of course. You bolt the frame to the legs, and starting with the high position of the table, because you want the least amount of leg levelers showing, you'll begin to level the table in both directions. Once the slate is set on the table, we use our built-in levelers. So of course, instead of using beeswax or anything, we use the Loctite silicone sealant, 3 small dabs in between the slate to hold it together. You've already leveled it, of course, so when you put it back together,
it's still level.
it should still be level. Now it's time to put in the remaining slate bolts for a total of 16 bolts, which of course will lock the slate down onto the table frame. So after everything has been glued and the slate bolts is tightened down, a good technician will go back and readjust our built-in, for lack of a better term, built-in levelers, or instead of shims, of course, you can't use wood shims in an outdoor table. That's why we have our stainless steel levelers. So you go back and you readjust and make sure everything is 100% level, because what you don't want is any, of course, dips in the middle. Okay, it's important that you wash your hands, and so with clean hands, you take some water, and the thing about this umbrella is it's important that you wet the cloth. And the reason you do that is that it's going to give a better stretch. So it takes just a minute for the water to saturate. Okay, it does take a few minutes to get the tablecloth sort of saturated, and one of those 2-liter bottles of water usually does the trick. But it takes maybe 4 or 5 minutes to rub it in, let it sit until the cloth is nice and wet. So our technician George has been doing these tables for a good 15 years, and he sort of has a nice technique on how to stretch Sunbrella. And I'm going to let George explain that, because he's got it down to a science. Okay, George, take it away.
I started at the ends of the pool table. I tack one end corner in and stretch across and tack this in as straight as I can.
Okay.
Then I started the same side at the other end, trying to keep it straight when I pull it. I use a 3-inch metal brake to pull the cloth with. It's a handy tool. If you're doing a lot of the guys that do home tables don't just pull with their hands. If you're gonna do some umbrella cloth, I recommend these. Just pull it straight, tight, lock it in the corner. I'll come across to the other corner, pull it back and over, and lock it in.
And of course, we use stainless steel staples.
Now you're just pulling it tight. Okay, once you've done end to end, then you do the same thing side to side. Straight line, pull across, same direction. So starting at the corners, I start on the sides. And I give myself a little cheat. I pull it in a little bit, tack it. Pull it in a little bit, tack it. Then I'll stretch it straight. And I'll come across, tack it straight.
So next thing is to, after the cloth is stretched and fully stapled, you're going to cut out little circles for the rail bolts.
It's really nice.
You start with the center pocket.
Yep. I do the centers and I do the corners.
Okay. Hang on, let me show that first. You put then you do that part?
Yep.
Okay, hang on, let me show this first. No, the cuts. I didn't do that. So once you've made all your cuts inside of the fabric and you've stapled the fabric down, then you take your pocket liner, you put some of the Loctite silicone sealant on the back of the pocket liner, and you press the pocket liner in, staple it to the backing, and then trim it. That makes a nice finish inside of the pocket. So now that you've placed the rail on the top, of course your bumpers have come covered. The pockets are already have been attached, so it's very easy to just place the rail on top and then bolt the adjust it and then bolt it down. Of course, that happens from underneath.